Good morning, all of you. Today we will start our new chapter, that is chapter number 6, electromagnetic induction. First of all, we will discuss the magnetic flux. Already we have discussed about the magnetic field vector. Now, what is the magnetic flux? What will be the mathematical expression of the magnetic flux? So, give heading magnetic flux. Magnetic flux. Okay. So, magnetic flux denoted by phi. What is the magnetic flux? So, magnetic field lines will pass through a given surface area. Now, this magnetic flux through any surface placed in magnetic field is the total number of magnetic lines of force crossing through this surface normally. That means, suppose this is a plane and a magnetic field vector is along this direction. So, this is the magnetic field B, and you can consider this magnetic field. If we take the right hand side, so the magnetic field will pass along this surface in this direction, and the normal component of this magnetic field through this surface is what? Let this angle is theta, so this component is B cos theta. B cos theta. So mathematically, how will you write the flux? So flux is this component B cos theta, that means perpendicular component of the magnetic field passing through this surface area. So in the vector form, how will you write? Flux is a scalar quantity, phi is equal to V dot A. That means you will get this component B A cos theta, and if the area is unity, then you will get B cos theta. So remember, phi is equal to B dot A, that is the number of magnetic lines of force or magnetic field lines passing perpendicularly to a given surface area is known as magnetic flux. Okay, now come to the unit. What is the unit of magnetic flux? Unit. SI unit of magnetic flux is Weber. What is the unit? SI unit of phi means this magnetic flux is what? Is Weber. WEBER, in short WB. And the CGS unit of magnetic flux is Maxwell. Magnetic flux is Maxwell. Mx, capital M, small x. Clear? And 1 Weber is equal to 10 to the power 8 Maxwell. 1 WB is equal to 10 to the power 8 Mx. Clear? This relation is also required. Okay. Now come to the Faraday's experiments, or first of all we will discuss the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So give heading Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, very important. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. What is the Faraday's law? Actually, suppose this is a closed loop. If a closed loop is placed and a magnet is placed over here, and if the magnet will move away from the loop or moves towards the loop, then an EMF will be induced in this coil due to the flux change. Clear? So the first law of this one is, right, first law. As soon as this type of magnet will move towards the loop or away from the loop, due to the change in flux, the loop will develop some EMF. So this EMF developed in this one, in this loop, will be equal to the rate of change of flux induced in it. Clear? So you can write the EMF induced in this coil E is equal to d phi by dt. That is rate of change of flux. Rate of change of flux induced in a coil is equal to EMF induced in it. Or in others word, you can write the EMF induced in a coil is equal to the rate of change of magnetic flux linked with the coil. This is the first law, and the second law is what? Second law, sometimes known as Lenz law. You can tell Lenz law. What will be the direction of this EMF? It will develop, the EMF induced in this coil will be such that it will always oppose the phenomenon due to its occur. That means, suppose north pole will come towards this one, and the direction of the current will induce such a way that it will oppose the bar magnet to come towards the loop. Clear? That means you can write the EMF, this law states that direction of induced current, direction of induced current is such that it will oppose the cause which produced it. That means, actual due to the motion of this magnetic needle, there will be the induced EMF, and this induced EMF always oppose due to which it is created. We can explain after this one. So these two law is very important. First law, the EMF induced in a coil is equal to the rate of change of flux induced in the coil, and the second law is the Lenz law. That means the direction of the induced EMF will be such that it will always oppose the phenomenon due to which it is created. Clear? Now, Lenz law and conservation of energy you can consider with this one. Suppose, give heading Lenz law and conservation of energy, so that you can understood that one. Lenz law and conservation of energy. Lenz law and conservation of energy. Suppose here is a loop, and this loop is connected to a galvanometer. This will be a galvanometer. Now, if a bar magnet is placed over here, and this bar magnet, suppose this is a north pole, this is a south pole, you can consider from the Lenz law that the EMF induced in such a way that it will oppose the phenomenon due to which it is created. That means here the induced EMF will oppose of the motion of this bar magnet. So as the north pole is coming towards this one, so here the front face will acquire the north pole, because it has to oppose the movement of this magnet. So as the north pole is here, so direction of the induced current will be here in this way. Yes or no? According to the north pole. But if you see from the back face, then it will be in clockwise direction. Okay, so the current will move along this direction, this. Clear? Now, similarly, if we take away this magnetic needle, I am drawing once again, this is the first step and this is the second step. How will you draw this one? This is a galvanometer. Clear? Now, if a magnet is taken away from this loop, let the N pole is here, then it will also develop an EMF which will oppose the motion of this bar magnet. As the north pole is moving away from this loop, so it will attract this one. So the front face of this loop will acquire the south pole to attract the bar magnet, and as the south pole is there, so the direction of the induced current will be this one, and the motion of this is along this. So the needle will deflect along this direction. So what is the Lenz law? According to the Lenz law, the induced EMF will be happened, and the conservation of energy means this induced EMF means which without any contact, only any physical contact, we have to induce this one, and we have to do the work to move away or towards the from the loop or towards the loop. So we have to do this work. This is the law of conservation of energy. Clear? Next, come to the motional EMF. Come to the motional EMF. So motional EMF is different type. I am explaining that one. EMF by changing the area of the loop. EMF by changing the area of loop. By changing the area of loop. What happened? Suppose this is a wire, U-shaped wire, and another wire can move very easily through this one. This is the another wire, and this wire can move very easily. So this is the initial position. This is the position A, this is the position B. If we give a force in this direction, give a velocity, then after 1 second it will reach to this point. What is the point? A dash, B dash. So what will be the change in area? Change in area will be this portion. And if the length of this one is what? The length of this one is let L, this AAB, and displacement this to this is the X. So initially at t is equal to 0, the position of this wire at AB, when we will give a velocity v, after 1 second, one single second, it will come to this portion. So the change in area in 1 second will be this into this. Yes, this into this. So you can write the change in area, the change in area per second. What will be the value? Area of this one is equal to AV into V dot. Yes or no? What is the value of AV? AV is the value is L, and V dot is this to this. And as in a 1 second it moves to the velocity V, as it is moving with velocity V, so in 1 second it will travel a distance V only. So B prime is the V. So this is the change in area. But as this loop placed in a uniform magnetic field, how it looks like? The magnetic field is just like this. All of you know the meaning of this cross. That means the magnetic field will be perpendicular to this page and pointing downward. Clear? So therefore change in flux, change in flux phi is equal to B dot A, means B into A, B A cos theta. Here cos 0 degree, theta is the 0 degree. Clear? So B dot A, aerial vector you have to take, and magnetic field you know. Both are in same direction. Area is along that direction, and B is also there, that direction, so cos 90 degree. B dot A, if you like to give, you can write. So B A cos 0 degree is equal to B into A. So therefore change in flux per second is equal to, what will be the value? B into A. B into A. B is what? B is the magnetic field V. A is what? A is the L into X. So BL X. So this is the flux. Clear? And this flux is also the rate of change of flux. You can write as it is a 1 second. Or you can write, if you like to take X as a variable, so you can write, therefore from Faraday's law, what you can write? EMF induced in the coil, EMF induced in the coil, what will be the value? E is equal to minus of d phi by dx, d phi by dt, sorry, d phi by dt, rate of change of flux. It is the total flux. So minus of d phi by dt, d dt of Blx. So you can write V, L is a constant quantity and X is also only a variable part. So X is variable, dx by dt. This X is the total area. This X is the total length. Clear? So BL dx by dt. And what is the dl x by dt? That is the BL into V. Why? Rate of change of displacement. X is the displacement, t is the time, dx by dt is equal to V. Is equal to V. Okay. So this is equal to minus of BL V. Clear? Minus of BL V is equal to Vx. Okay. Here dx by dt is a negative quantity. Dx by dt is what? Dx by dt is equal to negative. Okay, because the velocity v in will decrease, because the velocity will decrease constantly. So this is the first process of induced EMF. Clear? Okay. Now, what will be the induced current in this loop? So right, induced current. What is the induced current? If, right, if capital R be the resistance of the loop or coil, you can write, of the loop or of the coil, then induced current I is equal to, V is equal to IR, I is equal to V by R, that is E by R. What is the value of E? Value of E is BLV by R. Clear? BLV by R. Okay. Now the power dissipated, that is also important. Power delivered by the external force or power dissipated as joule heat. Power dissipated. Power. Okay, I am using the next page. Power. Okay, dissipated. What is the value of power dissipated? P is equal to I square R. What will be the value of I square? VLV by R square into R. So you will get B square L square V square by R square into R, 1 R cancel, is equal to, you will get B square L square V square by R. This is the power dissipated in the coil. Clear? Now you have to consider that one, that what will be the direction of force, what will be the value of force, because we have to do the work to change the area of the loop. Suppose loop is moving along this one, this was the frame and this is the wire. So when we are giving a force along this direction, we have to do the work, we have to do the work. Now if I current is flowing through it, if I current will flow through this coil in any direction, in certain direction, I current will be flow. So the force acting on that coil, that is also important. So write force acting on the coil. What is the expression? If a current carrying conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field or any types of field, then a force will act on this coil. So what is the value of force? F is equal to I into L cross B. So you will get I. What is the value of I? You can put this value I. The value of I is the BLV. So ILB, sorry, ILB sin theta. What is the value of theta? Sin 90 degree, because L and B are perpendicular to each other. What is the value of I? I is the VLV by R into L into B. So you will get B square L square V by R. This is the force acting on that coil. Very important. B square L square V by R. Clear? So that's all for your today's class. Thank you.